AITA for telling my SIL she should be ashamed of herself and learn to be a mature adult? My brother had 2 kids with his ex by the time he was 21. He stuck around for a couple of years, but when they broke up he left the kids too. He paid no child support, made no effort to keep in touch with the kids, did not check if they were okay. Nothing. The rest of my family let the relationship drop too, but I, 38M, was the exception. I stayed part of my niece and nephew's lives. I still have a good relationship with them today and they're close to my kids. 5 years ago my brother got married and now he's expecting baby number 3 with his wife. After settling into family life, he started to think more about his oldest 2 and he made the decision to reach out to them. He was met with silence initially, and then after speaking to his ex, he got a brief message from his kids that they were still mad and hurt that he left. They had contact for about a month and it was sporadic. He asked if they could meet in person and the kids said no. But they said they would do a video call with him one time and that was it. This call happened 2.5 months into their reconciliation. At some point during this he mentioned wanting them to meet his wife and other kids. They told him that was not going to happen and they didn't want to reconcile with him. My brother was surprised. He had thought that them opening up to him about being angry and hurt was a sign that they were willing to work through that. They told him it would be one thing if he hadn't settled down and started a family all over again, but the fact he did that and then reached out to them was too much for them and they want nothing to do with the family he created now. This led to a back and forth where he said they have younger siblings and they told him very clearly they will never acknowledge or accept them as siblings and they will never accept him as their dad and he needs to move on. I spoke to my niece and nephew after the call. They reached out to me and they said it was good to close that door and to have the decision be their own. They felt like they got closure. My brother wasn't prepared for the outcome and his wife is furious that my niece and nephew rejected them for existing. She started bad-mouthing the kids at my parents' house in front of all of us. My brother told her to stop. But she told him they should be ashamed of themselves for reacting like spoiled brats who don't get their way and punishing innocent children when they're supposed to be grown adults now. I told SIL she should be ashamed of herself for talking like that about the kids my brother abandoned and didn't give a second thought to until he had settled down with her and their kids. I told her she should learn to be a mature adult and accept that his actions had consequences and this is one of them. Cue her being offended and saying I have no right to speak to her that way and some of my family telling me I should have said nothing. AITA,